Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and what do we think of the shirt? It's a cracker, isn't it? Well, it's because my wife wants to take me out, so we're going to go out and have something to eat. Maybe a wee drinky, or a wee swally, we should say, really. But a wee swally is something you're not going to do if you happen to be in a Wetherspoons in the north of England. Well, at least not if you're trying to spend a Scottish £20 note. Basically, Wetherspoons have just said now, because of the number of fake 20s, where it's got Alec Ferguson's face and it's 20 smackaroonies or whatever they do, Wetherspoons have ordered all pubs in the north of England, and I presume actually all over England, to not accept Scottish currency. And yes, we've all been there. It's legal tender. It may well be, but you don't have to take it. They're not obliged to take it. This is where people seem to fall down on the law, because they're private. They are a private company. Now, public bodies, they are obliged to accept payment in legal tender, but private companies are not, and that's where people go. And so Spoons have said no, or McNo, should we say. They're not going to accept Scots currency. Now, that's going to annoy an awful lot of Scots, I know. But what can you do? It's the management of Spoons. They've taken the decision because they've been warned about the sheer numbers of fake 20s, 10s and whatever that's being circulated by gangs. Because, of course, your average sort of person in England doesn't really see a lot of Scottish notes and wouldn't know one end of it from the other. But the Wetherspoons have apologised. They've said, look, we're sorry about this, but we can't keep subsidising this. We can't keep getting hit by fake £20 notes. So they're just not accepting them. And, I can understand why. But it is going to be very, very annoying. Now, imagine, for example, going north of the border and you walk into a Scottish pub and say, oh, I'd like a pint or whatever it is you drink. And hand over, say, an English £20 note. Oh, the Scots are going to go, oh, I can't accept that. Of course not. They're not idiots. But, yeah, they'll take it. But, they're probably going to be annoyed the fact that it doesn't work the other way round. Deary me. But apparently there are, there's hundreds of thousands of these things, in terms of pound value, hundreds of thousands of pounds of fake notes floating around. I know that Scottish 50s are more or less unacceptable even in Scotland. They're only good for putting into the bank, or if you've got someone who does really absolutely trust you. Even, and that's the thing. And I have had once, and only because I requested it, a Scottish £100 note. I don't even know if they still do them, but I had a Scottish £100 note, and I tried spending that, and no, they wouldn't accept that at all, which was annoying. And I had to go to the bank with that one, but yeah. That's the trouble, they're too big. It's like the €500 notes. Nobody accepts them. The only reason for having a €500 note is crime, really, isn't it? But there we go. So Scottish 50s are virtually unacceptable even in Scotland, but Scottish 20s and 10s are now becoming unacceptable south of the border. Deary me. This will really annoy the SNP, though, because imagine that. Imagine they've got this whole Scottish currency. Mind you, it's good practice, because if they did get independence and have their own Scottish currency, that definitely wouldn't be accepted south of the border. So maybe, it's practice. It's good practice for them. Let me know what you think. I'm off to Spoons. There is actually a Wetherspoons here, I believe. So I'm told. I don't know if it's real or true, but there is an O'Neill's, and we're probably going to end up in O'Neill's, I'll have a Guinness in O'Neill's. Thanks very much. Bye.